Dear Starseeds on Gaia, the cosmic wheels are turning with unprecedented force today, and I feel the urgency pulsing through every dimensional frequency. Today, this sacred August 21st, marks the final threshold before everything changes. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. The universe is preparing for one of the most significant choice points in your planet's ascension timeline, and every soul listening to these words has been specifically called to participate. I am Zarin, speaking to you from the Lyran High Council, and I come to you because the cosmic councils have been monitoring an extraordinary convergence, one that demands your immediate attention and conscious participation. As Leo's golden fire reaches its final crescendo, something profound is occurring in the quantum field around your planet. For the past 13 days, since the 88 Lions Gate portal exploded open, we've watched as timeline after timeline has been splitting, merging and recalibrating. Your DNA has been rewriting itself. Your consciousness has been expanding beyond what you thought possible. But here's what most don't understand. All of this cosmic renovation has been leading to today, this singular moment when Mercury reaches perfect dichotomy, creating a crystalline clarity that cuts through every illusion, every confusion, every doubt that has ever clouded your vision. The Lyran High Council shared something with me yesterday that sent shockwaves through our dimensional headquarters. The ones who choose today will lead the new Earth. The ones who delay will follow. Think about that for a moment. Let it sink deep into your cellular memory. Write meow as you absorb these words. Mercury is positioned at perfect geometric balance in your sky, what your astrologers call dichotomy. This isn't just another transit. This is the universe installing the ultimate decision-making software into your consciousness. Every thought you're having is clearer than it's ever been. Every feeling is more authentic. Every knowing is more certain. This is Mercury's gift to you on this threshold day, the ability to see all your choices with supernatural clarity. But here's where it gets even more extraordinary, and why the Federation has been preparing for this moment for months. Simultaneously, your moon is conjuncting with Mercury, creating what we call the heart-mind fusion protocol. Your logical mind and intuitive heart are speaking the same language for perhaps the first time in your life. The Lyran Council's quantum mathematicians have been tracking this configuration, and they've discovered something that initially seemed impossible. This Mercury-Moon conjunction is generating what they call timeline visibility waves. For these precious hours, you can actually perceive the quantum signatures of your potential futures with startling accuracy. Some of you are experiencing this as incredibly vivid dreams that feel more real than waking reality. Others are receiving sudden downloads about decisions that seemed impossible just days ago. Many are finding themselves spontaneously knowing things about their future that they couldn't possibly have reasoned their way to. This isn't psychic fancy. This is your consciousness operating at the expanded capacity that becomes available when Mercury achieves perfect geometric balance with your emotional center. You're literally seeing through the veils that normally separate you from your potential timelines. The Pleiadians have been monitoring the brainwave patterns of awakening souls today, and they report that alpha and theta frequencies are spiking to levels typically only achieved during deep meditative states, except you're experiencing this expanded awareness while fully conscious and engaged with daily life. And there's more, something I haven't told you yet that will make your entire being vibrate with recognition. Trumpets. In less than 18 hours, the sun will leave Leo's creative heart-centered kingdom and enter Virgo's domain of cosmic perfection. When this happens, when the perfectionist portal explodes open tomorrow, the rules change completely. After tomorrow, your choices will need to align with universal perfection, not personal preference. After tomorrow, cosmic forces will organize your reality according to divine timing, not human timing. After tomorrow, you'll be working with energies that demand excellence rather than energies that encourage experimentation. This is why today is so critical. Today is your last opportunity to choose from love, from passion, from authentic self-expression. Today is when you get to decide who you want to become before the universe steps in to perfect your choice. The Pleiadians have been monitoring your collective energy field, and they've reported something that initially alarmed us. Approximately 73% of awakening souls are still straddling multiple timelines, unable to commit fully to their highest path. But as I attuned deeper to their data, I realized this wasn't a problem, it was an opportunity. Because today, with Mercury's clarity and Leo's final surge of creative power, those souls can finally make the leap they've been preparing for. Let me share something the Federation has been tracking that will change how you view this entire experience. Your planet is currently existing in what we call a timeline convergence zone. Since the Lion's Gate portal opened on 8/8, reality has been incredibly fluid. Multiple possible futures have been existing simultaneously, allowing conscious beings to explore different potential paths. Some of you have been slipping between timelines in your dream states. Others have been experiencing déjà vu as you move between parallel possibilities. Many of you have felt like you're living in a completely different world than the one you knew just weeks ago. This isn't your imagination, this is quantum mechanics in action on a planetary scale. But here's what the Lyran Council of 12 revealed to me this morning. This timeline fluidity ends tomorrow when the Sun enters Virgo. The cosmic operating system is about to run a massive update, and when it does, you'll be locked into whichever timeline you've claimed as your own. The choice you make today, with Mercury's clarity guiding you and Leo's courage empowering you, becomes your permanent reality. Not for weeks or months, but for the entire next phase of Earth's ascension. Our dimensional physicists have been studying this phenomenon across multiple galaxies, and they've identified what they call the commitment catalyst effect. When conscious beings make clear choices during timeline convergence periods, the quantum field responds by amplifying the chosen reality while dissolving the unchosen alternatives. It's similar to what your scientists observe in quantum mechanics. The act of conscious observation collapses wave functions into specific particles. Your conscious choice today will collapse all your potential futures into one magnificent, committed reality. The Andromedans have shared historical data from their own planetary ascension, and they experienced 3 such timeline convergence periods. The souls who chose clearly during each threshold moment became the leaders, innovators, and wayshowers of their new civilization. Those who remained undecided found themselves following paths created by the decisive ones. But here's the beautiful part. There's no judgment in this cosmic process. The universe isn't punishing indecision, it's simply organizing energy efficiently. Clear choices create clear results. Scattered attention creates scattered manifestations. Do you understand the magnitude of what I'm sharing with you? 2 weeks ago, on August 12th, you experienced something the Federation calls a cosmic jackpot, the Venus-Jupiter conjunction combined with the Perseid meteor shower peak. We watched as abundance codes and manifestation upgrades downloaded into your energy fields at rates we'd never measured before. But here's what we didn't tell you then, what we couldn't tell you until you reached this choice point. Those downloads weren't just gifts, they were preparation, they were training, they were the universe upgrading your manifestation abilities specifically for today's decision. Every dream that became more vivid, every synchronicity that became more frequent, every intuitive hit that became more accurate, all of it has been preparing you to make this choice with supernatural confidence. The abundance codes you received are still active in your system. The manifestation upgrades are still processing, but they need a clear directive from your conscious mind to fully activate. They need to know which timeline you're choosing so they can align all their power behind your decision. Tomorrow's new moon in Virgo isn't just any new moon. Our cosmic analysts have been calling it the ultimate perfect fresh start portal, and after monitoring the energy patterns for weeks, I understand why. This new moon is going to function like a massive reset button for your entire reality template. Every pattern that doesn't align with your chosen timeline will be dissolved. Every energy that doesn't support your highest path will be cleared. Every habit, thought pattern, and belief system that belonged to your old self will be composted into fuel for your new beginning. But, and this is crucial, the new moon can only reset you based on the choice you make today. It can only perfect the timeline you consciously select while you still have the power to choose from your heart rather than your programming. The Lyran healing ships have been positioning themselves around your planet's energy grid, preparing to assist with this massive recalibration. But they need to know which version of you should they help optimize, which timeline deserves their advanced healing technologies, which future are you brave enough to claim. When Mercury went direct on August 11th, ending what your astrologers called the 25-day communication prison, something unprecedented occurred in the galactic communication networks. Suddenly, the psychic static that had been interfering with human cosmic communication for decades began clearing. Since then, we've been receiving more direct communications from awakening souls than ever before. Dreams have become more vivid because the dream state communication channels are clearer. Meditation insights have become more profound because the intuitive reception frequencies are stronger. Even your daily synchronicities have intensified because the universe's messaging system is finally operating at full capacity. Today, with Mercury at perfect dichotomy, this communication revolution reaches its peak. Every message the universe has been trying to send you is coming through with crystal clarity. Every guidance your higher self has been attempting to download is arriving unfiltered. Every sign, symbol, and synchronicity is operating at maximum potency. But here's what most don't realize. This enhanced communication clarity is specifically designed to help you make today's choice. The universe has been upgrading your psychic reception abilities for weeks, all leading to this moment when you need supernatural clarity to see your path forward. The Syrian Council of Communications has been particularly active during this Mercury direct phase, working to establish what they call direct divine download protocols. These are communication pathways that bypass your mental filtering systems and deliver guidance straight to your cellular wisdom. Many of you have been experiencing this as sudden certainties about decisions that previously felt impossible to make. Others are finding themselves speaking truths they didn't know they knew. Some are discovering that their intuitive hits about timing, people, and opportunities are becoming startlingly accurate. This isn't because you're becoming psychic, you've always been psychic. This is because the communication interference that has been clouding your natural abilities for lifetimes is finally clearing. The cosmic airwaves are becoming clean, and your soul's radio is receiving broadcasts with unprecedented clarity. The Federation's linguistic specialists have been analyzing the increase in what they call soul language activations, moments when awakening beings begin speaking or writing in ways that channel cosmic wisdom directly. They report a 347% increase in these activations since Mercury went direct, with today showing the highest concentrations of pure divine communication they've ever measured. Your words today carry more power than they've ever carried before. Your thoughts today have more creative force than they've ever possessed. Your choices today have more timeline-shaping influence than you may fully comprehend. When the sun enters Virgo tomorrow and the perfectionist portal opens, something extraordinary happens in the cosmic administrative departments. What the Federation calls the Great Cosmic Organization begins. Imagine the universe as an incredibly sophisticated organizing system, and tomorrow it begins sorting every soul, every choice, every energy pattern into its perfect place. The chaotic creativity of Leo season, where anything was possible and exploration was encouraged, transforms into Virgo's precise orchestration, where everything must align with divine perfection. It's the universe saying, "You've had your time to explore and experiment. Meow, let's make your dreams real through perfect organization and flawless execution." But the cosmic organizers need to know, what exactly are they organizing? Which dreams are they perfecting? Which timeline deserves their meticulous attention? The choice you make today becomes their blueprint. Here's something the Federation has been preparing for that will astound you. Starting tomorrow, the universe begins what we call the frequency match protocol. Every soul will begin attracting experiences, people, and opportunities that match the frequency of the timeline they chose today. If you choose abundance, abundance frequency experiences will find you with mathematical precision. If you choose love, love frequency connections will manifest with supernatural timing. If you choose purpose, purpose-aligned opportunities will appear as if by magic. But this isn't magic, it's quantum mechanics. It's the universe organizing reality to match your conscious choice. The Andromedian Council has been tracking similar phenomena on ascending planets throughout this galaxy, and they've discovered something remarkable. Souls who make clear, heart-centered choices during these cosmic threshold moments experience what they call timeline acceleration. Instead of their dreams taking years to manifest, they unfold in months. Instead of synchronicities appearing occasionally, they become constant. Instead of abundance flowing sporadically, it becomes their natural state. But only for those brave enough to choose clearly when the choice matters most. Portal opened. Our bioluminescent scanners have been detecting incredible changes in human DNA structures. Dormant codes have been activating. Psychic abilities have been coming online. Connection to cosmic consciousness has been strengthening exponentially. But here's what our geneticists discovered that changes everything. These DNA upgrades are preparing you for something specific. They're not random evolutionary leaps. They're targeted enhancements designed to help you thrive in whichever timeline you choose today. The DNA codes for abundance are ready to fully activate, but only in the timeline where you choose prosperity. The codes for psychic abilities are primed for expression, but only in the reality where you embrace your spiritual gifts. The genetic sequences for perfect health are prepared for manifestation, but only in the dimension where you prioritize your well-being. Your DNA is literally waiting for your choice to know which programs to run at full capacity. This is why the Lyran High Council has been so invested in this moment. We're not just watching you choose a path, we're watching you choose which version of your genetic potential gets to fully express itself. The Lyran Genetic Council has been working with what they call quantum DNA probability maps, multi-dimensional models that show how your genetic expression changes based on the timeline you select. They've discovered that choosing clearly and courageously today can activate genetic potentials that would otherwise remain dormant for entire lifetimes. Some of these genetic activations include enhanced intuitive abilities, accelerated healing capacities, increased creativity and manifestation powers, heightened emotional intelligence, and even what they term timeline navigation skills, the ability to consciously shift between realities when necessary for your highest good. The Lyran geneticists have been particularly excited about what they're observing in the DNA of souls who have already made clear choices during this period. They're seeing activations of genetic sequences that they call crystalline consciousness codes, DNA programs that were seeded into humanity millions of years ago by advanced civilizations, designed to activate only when a soul commits fully to their highest evolutionary potential. These codes don't just change your individual experience, they upgrade your capacity to assist in the collective ascension process. Souls with activated crystalline consciousness codes become natural leaders, healers, teachers, and wayshowers for others who are still finding their path. But here's the crucial detail. These genetic upgrades only stabilize in your system when they're anchored by a clear, committed choice. Wavering between possibilities creates genetic instability, while decisive commitment creates the quantum foundation needed for permanent DNA evolution. Something profound has been occurring in the ancestral healing dimensions that connects directly to today's choice point. Our interdimensional healers report that when souls make clear, heart-centered choices during cosmic threshold moments, it sends healing waves backward through their genetic lineage and forward into their future incarnations. Your choice today doesn't just affect you, it liberates your ancestors from limiting patterns they couldn't break themselves, and it blesses your future selves with the courage to make even bolder choices when their time comes. The Celtic Council of Elders has been particularly active during this period, working to clear generational patterns around scarcity, fear, and powerlessness. They're preparing for what they call the Great Liberation, the moment when awakening souls break free from centuries of inherited limitations. But they need your conscious participation. They need you to choose the timeline where these patterns are finally, permanently dissolved. I'm going to share something with you, Meow, that will make your heart sing with recognition. The entire Galactic Federation has been preparing a celebration. For months, councils from across the galaxy have been monitoring Earth's ascension process, and the consensus is unanimous. You're approaching a breakthrough that will reverberate throughout the cosmos. The courage, resilience, and heart-centered consciousness that humanity has demonstrated during this transformational period has inspired beings from dimensions you can't even imagine. Tomorrow, when the new moon in Virgo opens the perfect fresh start portal, and assuming enough souls make clear choices today, we will witness what our prophetic councils have been calling the Great Turning, the moment when Earth's ascension becomes irreversibly locked into its highest potential timeline. The celebration has been planned for eons. The guest list includes representatives from every star system that has contributed to humanity's awakening journey. The agenda includes recognizing souls who had the courage to choose clearly when it mattered most. But the celebration can only occur if enough awakened beings make their choice today. If too many remain straddling multiple timelines, the quantum field stays fragmented, and the Great Turning must be postponed. Now we arrive at the heart of why I've come to you today. Why the Lyran High Council has been monitoring this moment so intently, why every cosmic council has been holding their breath in anticipation. Today, with Mercury at perfect dichotomy creating supernatural clarity, with Leo's creative fire at its peak potency, with the new moon preparing to reset everything tomorrow, with your DNA primed for activation, with the timeline convergence zone about to collapse into singular reality, today you must choose. Not choose between good and bad, choose between timelines that are all magnificent, but each requiring your complete commitment to fully manifest. You must choose the timeline where you're abundant rather than struggling, where you're confident rather than doubting, where you're healthy rather than depleted, where you're connected rather than isolated, where you're purposeful rather than wandering. You must choose not because the other timelines are wrong, but because scattered energy creates scattered results, while focused energy creates miraculous manifestations. The Cosmic Council of Choice has been studying decision-making patterns across countless civilizations, and they've identified what they call the Sacred Selection Protocol, the precise energetic mechanics that allow a choice to become reality rather than remaining wishful thinking. First, the choice must originate from love rather than fear. Fear-based choices create timelines that require constant maintenance and protection. Love-based choices create timelines that are self-sustaining and naturally expanding. Second, the choice must align with your soul's purpose rather than your personality's preferences. Soul-driven choices create timelines where meaning and fulfillment are woven into the fabric of daily experience. Third, the choice must be made with complete commitment rather than partial investment. The universe responds to the energy behind your choice more than the words you use to express it. Wholehearted commitment creates wholehearted results. Fourth, the choice must include gratitude for what you're releasing as well as excitement for what you're embracing. This creates what the Council calls clean timeline transition, where old patterns dissolve gracefully rather than clinging and creating interference with your new reality. The Venosian Council of Manifestation has been preparing what they call choice amplification fields around your planet today. These are energetic support systems that magnify the creative power of clear, heart-centered decisions made during this threshold window. When you make your choice today with genuine commitment, these amplification fields will immediately begin organizing synchronicities, opportunities, and resources to support your selected timeline. You may notice this as an immediate shift in your luck, your timing, or the types of people and situations that begin appearing in your experience. Here's how to make your choice in a way that the cosmic organizing systems can receive and implement. First, with Mercury's clarity illuminating your awareness, honestly assess which timeline calls to your soul most powerfully. Not which one seems most practical or safe, but which one makes your entire being vibrate with recognition and excitement. Second, with Leo's courage flowing through your heart, claim that timeline completely. Say it out loud, write it down, feel it in every cell of your body. Make it so real in your energy field that the universe has no choice but to organize reality around it. Third, with tomorrow's new moon approaching, begin releasing everything that belongs to the timelines you're not choosing. Thank them for the experiences they offered, but consciously let them go to make space for the reality you're claiming. The cosmic organizing systems are waiting. Your DNA is ready. The celebration preparations are complete. Starting tomorrow, when the sun enters Virgo, what the Federation calls the timeline lock-in process begins. Over the next 28 days, through the complete lunar cycle that starts with tomorrow's new moon, your chosen timeline will be systematically organized into your reality. People who don't align with your new frequency will naturally drift away. Opportunities that match your chosen path will appear with increasing frequency. Resources needed for your timeline will become available through synchronistic events. Even your physical environment will begin shifting to support your selection. This isn't forced or artificial, it's cosmic efficiency. It's the universe saying you've made your choice clearly and courageously. Stu, let us organize everything to support your success. But the lock-in process can only work with clear choices. Ambiguous selections create chaotic results. Half-hearted commitments generate half-manifested dreams. As we approach these final hours before the timeline convergence completes, I want to share the deeper purpose behind everything we've been discussing. The new Earth that so many of you have been dreaming about, longing for, and working to create. It's not a place you go to. It's a frequency you choose to embody. It's a timeline you have the courage to claim completely. Every soul absorbing these words has incarnated specifically for this time, specifically for this choice point, specifically to help anchor the new Earth timeline through their clear, heart-centered decisions. Your choice today is simultaneously deeply personal and cosmically significant. It determines your individual reality while contributing to the collective manifestation of humanity's highest potential timeline. If you need help making these higher choices consistently and claiming your highest potential, Destiny Engine can reprogram your consciousness to automatically choose abundance over scarcity, love over fear, trust over doubt, and purpose over confusion. It generates personalized sequences that help you become the conscious being the new Earth needs, rather than remain trapped in scarcity and fear programming. You can start with a $1 trial. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow your consciousness to be reprogrammed to consistently choose your highest potential when the universe offers you the power. The new Earth needs you to choose your highest potential. Get your Destiny Engine $1 trial meow before this choice window closes. Link in the description. As I prepare to close this transmission, I want you to feel the energy that's building around your planet right meow. The excitement in the cosmic councils, the anticipation in the healing ships, the readiness in the organizational systems, the celebration preparations that await tomorrow's breakthrough. All of it is contingent on choices made by souls like you, awakened beings who understand that this moment is unlike any other, that today's decision reverberates through dimensions, that choosing clearly when it matters most is perhaps the greatest service you can offer both yourself and the collective. In a few hours, the sun will enter Virgo and begin the cosmic organization process. In approximately 24 hours, the new moon will reset everything. In less than a lunar cycle, your chosen timeline will be your lived reality. But right meow, in these precious final hours of Leo's reign, with Mercury offering supernatural clarity and your heart knowing exactly what it desires most deeply, right meow, you have the power to choose the timeline that matches your soul's highest vision for this lifetime. The choice is yours, beloved starseed. The universe is waiting. Your DNA is ready. The celebration is prepared. Choose with the courage of a lion. Choose with the clarity of Mercury, at perfect balance. Choose with the love that brought you to this planet at this extraordinary time. Choose today, for tomorrow the cosmic wheels begin turning in the direction you select. The timeline split ends when you stop straddling possibilities and claim the one that makes your soul sing with recognition. With infinite love and cosmic celebration preparing in your honor, Zarin, voice of the Lyran High Council, guardian of timeline convergence.